Hi everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions with me, Marianne. Nice to meet you. I thought I'd do a different format. I love seeing other readers do this, and I have a kind of a dual purpose for it. One, I scraped my nose. Well, I didn't. My beloved cat did, and it's way better, and it doesn't hurt at all. It just hurts to look at kind of thing. So I thought about doing the hands-on tarot readings for a while now. Let's see how it goes and what you think. I'm going to be reading for August readings. I had to delay some of them. I usually take half a month anyway to get them all out because of my other job. But I'm here and I'm going to proceed with it. And I'm on the beautiful element of water with Cancer, the cardinal sign, the very nurturing, caring, I would say one of the most focused on family and home and the security of all that, and just caring for those that we care deeply about and feeling comfortable being in our castles, if you will. So yes, Cancer, we have some really powerful energies. I mean, this has been an amazing year, 2022. And today's actually August 10th. And we're experiencing the pre-full moon effects. I'm sure you are, because as a Cancer, as a water sign, you can be extremely psychic, I want to say, right off the bat. You feel very deeply, and externally, your energies around you, you sense things, you dream, and you have prophetic dreams, and you also are extremely good when it comes to esoteric, careers such as tarot and, psychic reading, mediums, all these sort of things. I've known many water signs, but Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio that tend to navigate towards these kind of careers and do extremely well. And so for you, we have this beautiful, well, for all of us, we have this beautiful full moon in Aquarius happening on the 11th, which is tomorrow. And then a lot of, well, in the UK and Europe, it'll be early morning on the 12th. But I will tell you that there is a huge emphasis, and I've been hearing it quite a lot, on not only it being the full moon in Aquarius, which is an air sign, which is about our, our thoughts and our ideas and our ways to communicate and to share and and the knowledge, the wealth of information that can be established. And a full moon always brings light to all circumstances. So it can culminate things. It can be an assignment you had. It can certainly have to do with relationships culminating, in ways that are good or not. I feel like any way is good, because if you are needing to separate from a person, it's going to be for your highest good. It's not, we just don't always meet up with the person we're supposed to be with our entire lives, first time, second time, or even third. It just depends, right? So if it's really going to be for the best, then this is the moon that would instigate that. And then in the end, of course, everybody's better off to pursue the proper partner, for whatever reason that is. I can't say. This is a general reading, absolutely. But it does cater to all Cancers, whether it's your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. The other thing I want to say, though, is there's a very large emphasis on not only the fact that, Aquarius is a Uranus-ruled sign. And Uranus is one of the more powerful outer planets, and known as being very electric, very, very surprise-oriented. Things can come out of the blue with Uranus. I mean, sometimes it's just like, what? Like the scratch I got. I was very comfortable on my couch. My cat, he always sleeps up there. And all of a sudden he woke up and he just lurched at me, and he kind of missed, just by a little bit, my head, and then his back claw just scraped the nose, just in a split heartbeat. So that's the kind of possibilities. That's just one in, I don't even know how many, there's not enough numbers to describe, and that was good in the sense that I had just come back from a long time renewing my license, and I had to take a picture. And this happened after, so I didn't want to see that scrape on my nose for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? That was beautiful. And that's because we also have the North Node that's being, affected at the same time, as well as Saturn, which was originally the ruling planet of Aquarius. It's interesting. More modernly, it is Uranus. And then I'm sorry, I apologize. It's Uranus that's in conjunction or trining, I guess you could say. I'm not 100% sure it was a trine, so I'm still learning and growing. The North Node with Mars, and then that's squaring Saturn. So Saturn is the complete opposite of Uranus. Saturn is the time, the god of time, the planet of time, right? And time is about, our value and how we share it, how we spend it, how we create time for ourselves. It's also a constricted type of energy where it's very matter of fact. It's like, we're going to keep you on target. I'm going to make sure that if you start that class, you're going to finish it. And usually it doesn't take too long to get a degree. I mean, it seems like it at times. Next thing you know, you're done because you put your nose to the grindstone, and this Saturn energy, and having to do with information, like I said, in education, a lot of times with the Aquarius, affiliation there. It's a beautiful thing, and it's only meant for our highest good, but at times it can feel very, like we're blocked, or we'd rather go out and have more fun than we are. And then they've got this trying to balance this Uranus energy with this, Saturn. And so that's a part of it. But I just want to say that I'm going to put in my own 2 cents as an air sign. Yeah, I had the scrape on the nose, yes, and that was very, very fortunate in the way that it happened and how it wasn't that serious. You want to watch and be very aware of your surroundings, and you know how to do this, Cancer, if anybody else does. You certainly do. If you sense something, you get that gut feeling, you're not feeling comfortable, if you feel like your car isn't running the way that it should, please don't drive it. Don't take it any long distances. Be very aware of your surroundings, because there can be some people that get very affected in a very kind of volatile, almost, out of the box kind of energy way. The Mars, the volatile warrior type, needing to express themselves, and sometimes not in the most tactful manner. So I'm hoping I'm explaining that well. It doesn't have to be that way. I feel like it has such incredible potential with this full moon, as all of them do. We're still basically feeling the new moon of Leo, and we will and can through next new moon or full moon in Leo next year. I mean, that's how these energies can affect us. And then, there's other things to be talked about for the fact that the end of this month, Uranus actually goes retrograde, stations retrograde on the 24th. So that'll be the last outside planet, and it happens every year, and they're in retrograde for about 4 to 5 months. And the other thing I'll mention about this month that I think is important before we go into the 4-card, category readings for you, and the 2 oracles that I like to do for every sign, and this is just, as a longtime tarot reader and astrology enthusiast, about the compatibility and so forth, I'm just amazed at how I use these cards in the tarot, and have for all these years, as a conduit. I like to use that word as a way to connect with source, with my higher power. It's not an absolute for everybody. Sometimes people feel an incredible resonance immediately with the reading, and sometimes not at all. What I believe, though, is when we ask for messages and signs, and I do, that's what I choose to do, in addition to through music and my dreams and just conversation, with people, and learning to the best of my ability about what I believe to be my truths and things of that nature. I find that the cards seem to just at the right time and absolutely guide me and lift me to perhaps ideas and circumstances that I might not have thought of otherwise. That's all. And the way that it's done is so beautifully illustrated, and it's been around for, centuries. So it's just really wonderful to know that this is just another way to maybe get the messages and the love that's there for us. It's always for a betterment and, the highest good. So The last thing I'll tell you, though, as I was saying, is that we do have Mars changing from Taurus, which has been a good combination for you because Earth element and water do extremely well together. And so Mars is the Earth sign, the practical, making sure we are taking care of ourselves, our families, which of course you love to do. That comes naturally to you. But also you have this cardinal aspect to you. So you're just out there. You're a go-getter. Let's say you don't have family and you don't want family, and that's totally understandable, and it happens with cancers as well. But you are an initiator. You represent the season of summer, the sun and the shining and the trust and the love and the faith and the energy and the energy. And you're ruled by the moon. So, I mean, there's a lot to be said about how the planets affect you, particularly Cancer. And I know that you can sense that there's great, great possibilities and positivity from this beautiful full moon. What was the other name they called it? It's some fish name. I'm sorry. It's escaping me now. But that has to do with water as well. So there's a little bit more to me of a connection with the water signs in general, and just this, well, Neptune, the sea of the god of the underworld, the planet that's about, mystery and the unknown, kind of foggy, unclear sometimes ways of seeing the world and our art and our artistry and our creativity. That's been in Pisces for some time. It still is. That's your fellow water sign. So I digress a little bit, but only to let you know that you feel the currents. You understand this. It can make you moody at times. Why wouldn't it? It's the ups and the downs and the overs and the outs and the seasons and the cycles and things going like this. It affects you. It affects you emotionally and spiritually and, creatively. So I just have to say, once again, I feel like overall, this beautiful full moon, which it could last for months as well, will have some really important, maybe unexpected with your honest, but important information coming through that is necessary to know and could utilize things for you and change your course or trajectory for the rest of your life, whether it be because of family and the idea of family or commitment. And commitment does come into the mix as well. And then lastly, we do have the new moon happening in Virgo, which is also extremely good for you. And that is an earth sign, of course. Mercury ruled, and that's at the end of the month. And I want to say, well, I started to tell you, and I apologize. I tend to do this. Mars goes from Taurus to Gemini on the 20th and lasts so long in Gemini because of retrogrades and everything. And it's going to be, once again, an air sign. So about communication. And it happens to be, as a Cancer, it's in your 12th house. So really the 12th house is what we call our, our unconscious, coming alive, and dreams are very vivid. Our intuition can be very spot on, and it's there to beckon us and to urge us and to clear out. It can be a confining. It has to do with hospitals and and confinement in a way because of what we have created in our minds. We can declutter. That's a big thing with Virgo, just like detail oriented, clearing out things, leaving room for new and allowing that to, just remove the unnecessary, the unwanted, the parts that just aren't working in our lives or people or circumstances. So that's going to be in Gemini, like I said. And then the Virgo new moon at the end of the month is going to be beautiful. I'm trying to remember if it was the 27th. I want to say it is. Forgive me if it's not the exact date, but it's right around there. Great things, okay? Anytime you want to believe that this is going to initiate amazing things, that's exactly what will happen. I am using the beautiful Light Seers Tarot deck for the 4 major categories. Now, the 4 categories are going to be the overall energy of August, the relationship category, whether it be love or friends or, work partners, new people coming in, family, animals, plants, I go on and on. The third category is finances, your wealth and what you consider to be wealth. And the final is the surprises and wishes category. So let's go on. Let's get this going. Let's get the show on the road here and start with the first card for you, beautiful Cancer. Overall energy of August throughout the month is the Ten of Wands. Okay, so I'm not really surprised. The energy has been so strong and so intense in some ways that it felt maybe more of like a burden, because energy is so important to you and you sense, like I said, so very strongly, so that you take other people's energy on, and it tends to be something you have to very, very deliberately attempt to not let happen, because it will wear you down. And the Ten of Wands, this is a beautiful depiction though. We see a woman with a suitcase, and I don't know the exact, if it's an ox or I don't know the exact animal name for this particular, could be I don't know. I knew, but I'm not thinking right now. It's not coming to me. Well, they're helping with the load. So what I always associate with the 10, first of all, the 10 is a new cycle. You take away the 0, it's a 1. The burdens, the overworking, the overstress, the taking on of energies I just mentioned, that's ending. So whatever you were taking on, whatever you've done, you are and learning, you have been, to delegate this. And like I said, the help of someone else is there readily available for you, along with spirit, of course, asking for help, asking for ways to lighten your load, moving forward, because you know that's what needs to be done. It's really that simple. There's not a lot more to be said other than this is something that might come unexpectedly. Some kind of relief or some kind of help will come from people you may not even expect it to come from, is what I'm getting from this. But I also like it's the newness of it all, the beginning, which comes with the new moon. So by the month's end, with the light of this full moon in Aquarius and the information that could come through and the important people that could enter your life to guide you and help you as well, are going to help with this immensely. And I know a lot of Cancers like being busy. It's not like, oh, you know, I don't know, I hadn't really thought about that. I'm busy, that's who I am. But know that sometimes that can lead to physical stress and things that you don't mean to have happen, but you don't want that. Nobody does. That's the overall energy that I'm going to leave that with for the time being. Everything connects with the beautiful Tarot anyway. So that's the first overall energy. Perhaps you understand, you very well know what I'm speaking of. Or just know that, you know, yeah, sometimes I could do a better balance. You know, that's always a key thing as well. Second category, as I mentioned, is relationships. What's going on? What's happening with you, Cancer, in August? Because it could be so much fun. We are in Leo season until the 22nd, and then it becomes Virgo season. And, you know, Leo's fun. Leo's vivacious and full of energy and full of, ruled by the sun, as I mentioned, the brightest star, full of ideas, full of wanting to be a leader. I know a lot of Cancers and Leos that are very much in love and very attracted to each other and great friendships and everything. Very different, but with that right combination of water and fire, it can be very stimulating, very sensual, very steamy, right? You don't want to get it to boil too much, or, you know, and all that. That's finding that equilibrium, finding the balance is very, very exciting and fun and physical, and that might be happening as well. We'll see what it says for you. So it says, and their card is the 8 of Swords. So there's these thoughts, the thoughts that we keep in our head that kind of loop around, as you say, worries and things, and self-defeated perhaps worries and fears, things that we don't really know will happen, but they come in our mind anyway. So the sooner they come in, the sooner they can leave. We do have control of that. You know this. I know you know that. I know it, and yet they still happen. I still get the thoughts. I just don't let them take rental space in my brain, as they say, for very long, because it instantly affects my physical well-being, and I feel it. I have a Pisces rising, so I definitely have the sensitive aspect in my body and my chart, and just it's just been like that, you know. I love it, and I want it to be used for all the right reasons, and to remind myself that when I get into my head, which I do as an air sign, I need to just say, okay, it's like a cloud, it's going to pass. I'm going to feel it. I will recognize it, and then I'll keep it moving. And that's basically what this is saying, okay? You're not really ever bound in any way, and that's another very strong indication of this card, is that it's easy to get the blindfold off, you know, the binding and the string and all that about it. It's easily removable, okay? As our thoughts are. They continue to change and they continue to come in and out. So work on what we want to think. What would you want to think? I'm sorry, just working with you, that's all. So yeah, there's that. There's this burden in thinking, oh, will it end? Can it end? Yes, yes, and yes. So for the third category, we're talking finances. Perhaps you are concerned about finances. I know they're another tricky one in the world of, you know, three-dimensional, because we all need them and we want them. We want to feel safe and secure and know that we have that nest egg, if you will. But we can manifest our everything. So if you believe and know that you can achieve and create, you certainly will. You have the Four of Cups. So you're really kind of at a point where you know you've got some really good things happening. You are extremely creative. You know that. This is you. You're emotional. And then there's that fourth cup. It's like, what is really missing? And if you know, then you just want to pray about perhaps guidance again, or understanding that you are the master of your life. You really are. Your thoughts, your actions, your manifestations. Believe that and allow the universe and your higher power to step in and work with you. You know, take the burden off your mind and your heart. You've got this, all right? Finances will be fine, you know, and if you're thinking, I'd like something, 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 well, go for it. I would never say to anybody I read for, or any of you beautiful viewers out there, yeah, maybe you shouldn't. Yeah. If this is what your heart wants, you got to do it. And not only that, the four then becomes the stability. Four is a wonderful number for stability. And it's like you're contemplating, really. It's a contemplation card. It's okay to do that too. This is a time to do it, I would say. And things are still clear to like the 21st. So those new ideas and inspirations can definitely be put to good use. And this full moon will really help with that. As I said, it can bring all the right circumstances into your life and the power behind doing what you need to do. So the fourth category is the surprises and wishes. This is an interesting variety. You've got the fire, you've got the swords, and you've got the cups. So three of the elements. The only one left is the pentacles. What do we have here for you? 4 surprises and wishes. Queen of Cups. There you are, Cancer. Whether you're a female or a male, it doesn't matter about the gender. You are definitely in your energy. You understand your gifts. You are extremely capable. The surprise is it's been you all along, and it can be quite surprising. You mean to tell me that when I sit and I am still and I'm listening and I follow my intuition and I fully believe in my power and my abilities, which this Leo moon is definitely helping with as well. Uranus doesn't hurt any. That I can achieve, I can actually materialize exactly what it is I want in this life, because I'm the master of my life. What a wonderful surprise that is, because the contemplation is understandable, and the worries at times, just don't let them override the positive thoughts, and you'll be good to go. And remember not to think that you have to do it all, because you are very much a nurturer, as I said from the beginning. And just allowing your incredible gifts and your beautiful, wonderful heart, your sentimental heart, your romantic heart, to take the lead. The heart is so strong, one of the strongest organs in our body. So what a beautiful reading. And it ends up, all's well that ends well, right? And then moving into September, you know, yeah, we have a retrograde, and yeah, we'll be starting the next eclipse season. But that's all for our betterment as well. We'll talk about that later in September. I am going to read to you your 2 oracles, one being the rune that I absolutely love. And it's like the cherry on the sundae, as I call it, for the reading, because it just helps to synchronize it all. I pick it and then I match it with my flashcard that's helping me to learn these verbatim. And you have, I think I've done this before and forgotten, but I'm going to do it. It looks like a crown to me. Gosh, I want to, excuse me, losing my voice. I want to say it's a B. Well, let's just see. Clearly I haven't memorized that enough, but hopefully, I want to say a B. But anyway, let's find the matching picture, and it says very clearly what it is. All the different explanations and definitions. Here it is. All right, so it could be a B, but it could also be an E. It is a B. Oh, thank you. Because it looks similar to the English alphabet, which a lot of the runes do not as far as letters go. It is Berkana. Berkana. Rune number 18, which equals a 9. 1 plus 8 is 9. This is the culmination, the ending before the beginning, the last stretch, you know, the 10, as I said, the new cycle starting. So some of the worries, some of the fears, some of the, I wish, I wonder, and what have yous are really coming to an end. And the theme is the birch tree. So this is birth. This is starting that new, and by the way, the Taurus energy, which is very strong and has been and will continue. Uranus is in Taurus. The eclipses are Taurus. The North Node is in Taurus. And the South is in Scorpio. So the next few couple of series of eclipses will be the Taurus Scorpio nodes till the 2023. And it's about the planting of seeds, the practical grounding, you know, very, I want to say, systematic nature of Taurus, but very, very steadfast and, you know, sensual and trusting and magical, Venus-ruled, loving, caring. Well, let me just read more to you, okay? So keywords are fertility, beginnings, and birth. And I brought that up briefly because I'm wondering if there was something in there, and I feel like I had been. That's what it is. I've heard it is a very fertile month as well in August. 8 is a power month. It is a abundant month in all areas of life. The renewal, the inspiration, mother goddess, and you're the mother. You're the mother of the zodiac, or the paternal, you know, same idea. This is your passion is the mothering and the caring for people. So magical working, spiritual rebirth, giving birth, nurturing growth, and building creativity. So a birth of an idea, of course, as well. It doesn't have to be children. You may not be in a relationship. You are not discounted from these readings. Please. And key phrases: shedding old skin, rebirth. A nurturing environment, that's what you create. This is perfect. Planting seeds in fertile soil, and feminine creative energy. Absolutely. This is absolutely perfect. Thank you once again, Spirit, and the beautiful oracle of the rune. And I'll finish with your last card, which is I absolutely love. It's a deck I brought out only a couple times now since it's new, because it's new. It's the Unshakable Inner Peace Oracle card. So for the month of August, perhaps longer, your message, beautiful Cancer, is you can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. What wisdom does your higher self have for you? Isn't that fantastic? It is the number 15. 15, 1 plus 5 equals 6. 6 is the number of Venus. Venus, is, as I said, is the ruling planet of both Taurus and Libra. Libra season is a couple of seasons away, but the Taurus energy and the Venus has been very powerful for all of us, and it has to do with the beautification of things and the love and the magic and the sensual aspects of nature and life and stability and love and the nurturing as you do. So gorgeous, gorgeous card. You can see that. Beautiful deck. Absolutely love it. It is, yeah, the Unshakable Inner Peace Oracle cards. I'm going to read to you what the book says. These are by Shannon Kaiser. I've heard of her before. I'm sure she has an array of different books, but 15. Oh, I'm right next to it. You can make it through your higher self. You can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. You may feel lost alone, and if things are not as they should be, and that would probably be kind of the indication of the 8, the feelings that are not, that can happen with these energies and the squares and the, what ifs and what, I don't know, the doubting. But you have a guide who is always with you, gently whispering words of kindness, wisdom, and comfort. Say hello to your higher self. Always know as true and authentic self. Always known as your true and authentic self. Lean inward into your heart and connect to this pure part of you. You can connect with your higher self in many ways. For example, through signs, synchronicities, and the flow of life. You may notice intuitive nudges or gut feelings. Of course you do, Cancer. Your higher self is always talking to you and wants you to know you can make it through anything. Furthermore, you can trust this inspiration. Higher power, higher self, you, the master. You are never given more than you can handle, and when you tune into this guidance, life will become easier. But I can honestly say that I know that most of the Cancers that I know and read for, and the viewers are absolutely fully aware of this magical gift. And so just encouraging you in August and onward to utilize it and to embrace it and to always feel that gratitude for this gift that we are given from the moment we come here in these bodies, our spirits encasing in these shells and bodies that we need to live a very short life here on earth. I love and appreciate all of you. If you liked what you saw, please thumbs up, like, share, comment, all of the above. Subscribing is wonderful. YouTube wants to see that. I would love to see it. It means a great deal. I love the fact that those of you who've done that. Other than that, have an amazing, beautiful, prosperous, and loving month. And I'll hopefully see you in September. Bye for now.